Of this film is like versus Batman versus Superman?
I'm not going to say it is light, because that would be doing it an injustice. It has a serious scenario with moments of humor and lightness peppered throughout, which, as much as people say it isn't close to reality, and as much as this does have senses of very much not being like reality, when people are in bad situations, gallows humor does come into effect. I know a lot of guys in the armed forces, and a lot of them have really bizarre sense of humor, and it gets you through. And we have those. We have those in this movie.
I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. Love Man of Steel. You know I love Batman vs Superman. I'm wearing all this stuff right now. The Ultimate Cut is so great. I love that cut so much. I'm just curious what the difference was with working with Snyder, and then how different was it on set with Whedon? How different did it feel?
Well, you know, Zack cast this movie. He made the two movies prior. This movie is very heavily informed by all the work that went into it ahead of time, including design and, you know, script and everything else. So, you know, it's Zack's movie. It is, you know, when Zack had to step away, you know, for personal reasons. Obviously, you know, some things are more important than movies, and we got lucky, and we got a guy come in who kind of worked off Zack's template and also added his own flavor and his own stuff to it, and you know, I think made the movie better. And although I wouldn't want to necessarily have like two directors on every movie, I do think it was an interesting way of doing it, and it was sort of the whole was greater than the sum of the parts.
Now, as you can see, I'm a huge Batman vs Superman fan. I have you on my shoe here, and I have you on my tie clip. I was a fan of that movie, a massive fan, specifically the Ultimate Cut, the 3-hour R-rated version.
Right.
Obviously, that film was very divisive. I'm just curious, did anyone ever ask you what your personal thoughts were? What did you think of Batman vs Superman? I thought it was awesome. I loved the film. I think that there was so much criticism. What were your thoughts on it?
I think it was, that movie is, it's part of an arc for what Snyder's vision was, or is, and it's also, in my mind, fairly niche. It's a niche style of movie within a genre, and it reflects in the audience reviews and critics reviews. It's divisive. When anything is niche, it's going to be liked and loved by some, and disliked by others. And that's the whole point of niche. So, yeah.
I wanted to know what the difference in feeling was of a Snyder-directed shot versus a Whedon shot. I'm wondering what that felt like. Was there a different vibe? Did he keep the Snyder style going? Because in the movie, you can't tell where one stepped in, one stepped out, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think it's a realization of a cohesive vision that comes, you know, mainly from Zack, and comes from, you know, the cumulative process of the building of the DCEU. And I feel, you know, something that reflects majorly what Zack showed me in early comic frames in a lot of the movie. And what's funny is that I think that, you know, Zack was doing a much lighter, more comedic, almost more Whedon-y thing, and then Joss stepped on and was fulfilling Zack's vision. So it's an incredible instance of two artists